Hi, I'm Nancy Schick of Third Ear Conflict Resolution. My goal is to keep managers and small business owners out of court and build their conflict resolution skills. And in the past couple of videos, I've been doing some discussion about how to listen differently and why it's so important. That was the first video. Then the second, once I hopefully convinced you that it has benefit, talked about how to do that. So I want to go a little bit deeper into that over the next 4 videos, and I'm going to get into the DISC assessments, the different profiles, the personality profiles of the DISC. And that would be dominant, influencing, supportive or stable, and compliant. And it doesn't mean that anybody really fits in neatly into a box and you're only dominant, for example, or you're only supportive. You know, most of us are supportive at different times, right? But this is a conversational tool that I use when people are having a difficult time coming together and in unity, right, over conflict or workplace projects. We see a lot of breakdowns in communication, and this is one of the tools that I use. So I'm going to start with the D personality, which I'm starting with it because it's the first one, right, of DISC, but also because it's the rarest personality type. It's only about 3% of the population that has been surveyed that was used to create this assessment and the tools that we use and the action plans. It's usually your people who obviously they're dominant, so they're task-oriented, get-her-done kind of people, right? They're your leaders, they're your CEOs, coaches of sports franchises, you know, they're definitely the ones you see out in front. And so we tend to respond to them in different ways because 69% of the population is more of the high S. We're more of the people-oriented and they're task-oriented. So we have a lot of conflict around that. So here are your 3 tips with dealing with people who have this kind of default personality style that's dominant. So the first thing is knowing that they're task-oriented is think about when you're listening to them, what's the task they're trying to get done? Because that's their number 1 focus. Then number 2, you want to think about how you fit in. And when you don't know, the easiest thing to do is just ask them, what are you trying to get done and how do I fit in, right? And then if you hear them controlling, right, we have usually a bad response to people that we see as controlling and dominant. So you just want to be aware that the reason that someone with a high D personality will go to controlling is because there's something triggering their biggest fear. And their biggest fear is that they're going to be taken advantage of. So if you can focus on that task and what you can get done and be very specific about that, you're going to build that trust and it's going to change the way that you relate to them. So if you're interested in taking the DISC assessment, I also do one-on-one coaching around it to help you develop an action plan. I'll put the link to that in the video notes. And in the meantime, keep listening with your third ear for those hurts you can heal.